Hey, what up everyone? Corey Taylor here from Slipknot and Stone Sour, and you are watching Loudwire.
It says the lyrical concept of Eeyore describes your feeling against a man who issued a death threat to you during a Slipknot concert.
No, that's not true. It's about this one dude who used to be in every mosh pit at every metal show. He was this gigantic blonde dude, long blonde hair, and we called him Thor, and he was a fucking asshole. Oh. So one night, like just a bunch of people, because he would be throwing elbows, he wouldn't help people up. He was the dick in the pit. Like, let's put it that way. Everybody knows that one dick in the pit. So one night, everybody got around him and they fucking housed his ass. Like, they worked him out, and he wasn't in the pit for a while, you know? Shit happens. Too bad it happened down your leg, bud. And that's what that song was about, because I was there and I watched it. It was brutal.
Oh, boy.
But he learned his lesson, and there was much more respect in the pit after that. And it was.
Oh, you did
pretty
see him
cool.
after?
Oh, yeah, he came back. Yeah, I mean, we didn't kill him.
Yeah.
We're not fucking assholes, you know? We just maimed him.
And he learned?
He did learn.
Cool.
Sometimes you have to learn, Thor. Sorry.
During the Iowa recording sessions, the Slipknot members, the relationships with each other started to suffer, and this has been described as the darkest time of the band's career.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
And it wasn't because necessarily we were growing apart, we were just all very chemically imbalanced. I mean, to put it lightly, we were all fucked up. You know, we were kids who were suddenly famous, and we became every cliche that we hated, you know? Like, it was a bum out, you know? We fought every cliche leading up to getting signed and going out and playing shows. And then all of a sudden, we had everything. We had a double platinum album. We were one of the biggest metal bands in the world. We were headlining because nobody wanted us to open for them.
Very true.
And we were making a hugely anticipated album. So we just started getting fucked up because we were from Iowa and we were crazy people, you know? So in a way, it was a pitfall that we fell into, and then slowly but surely we kind of tried to pull ourselves out of it. And sometimes it's hard, you know, especially when you're, you know, hitting the shit as hard as we were, you know. I mean, because we were working hard, we were playing hard, we were just crazy hard.
The Heretic anthem, it said that song was written about record labels who initially showed no interest in signing a contract with Slipknot.
Yeah, we were actually, essentially, I mean, here's a funny story. We were signed, originally, we were supposed to sign with Sony Records, and we did a showcase in Vegas. I remember it was the Edom Festival, the first and only Edom Festival, and it was done at GameWorks down on the Strip. Very strange place. They set up this little pip stage that we couldn't even fit on, so half of us played on the floor with the pit, right? Head of A&R from Sony shows up and is watching us like this. Goes back to Sony Records, and this is a true story. There was a memo that went out basically saying, do not sign this band. He said, if this is the future of music, I don't want to be alive.
I think I may have heard that.
Luckily, Roadrunner picked us up. Long story short, when we went platinum, we sent him a bouquet of dead flowers, dead roses. Basically said, we are the future of music and we want you dead. Ooh. Sincerely, Slipknot.
Wow.
Thank you for not fucking our lives up by signing us, you douchebag. Volume 3.
Working out the differences between band members hindered the writing process initially. You guys talked to each other, or didn't talk to each other for roughly 3 months, though you were living together in the famous Houdini mansion.
Well, the mansion. There's a big misnomer about that. Like, Houdini never lived in that house.
Right. Ever.
Like, he didn't even live close to that house, and neither did his wife. So that's kind of a misconception that I've been trying to fight. Yeah, but it's an incorrect nickname, isn't it?
Okay.
You know, would you want me to call you Joseph if your name wasn't Joseph?
Probably not.
There you go. Let's figure it the fuck out. But yeah, I mean, the crazy thing about the first 3 months is, like, not only was I fucked up, but everybody was fucked up, and we were kind of in and out. You know, like, we weren't hanging together. We weren't working on anything together. You know, and then slowly but surely, I quit drinking and was a little more involved, but slowly but surely the music really kind of started to come together, and this is where Paul and Joe really, they were ahead of the game as far as like bringing music in, bringing Vermilion, Duality. Before I forget, a lot of like the really good stuff, and then the more involved we got, the more music came out of it. So it slowly but surely started to kind of get there, But it took 7 months, man. It was crazy.
Cool. It says for the All Hope Is Gone record, it said that being close to home was good for your mindset, and you drove home every night to see your son.
Yeah. It was good being in Iowa. It was a hard album to make in retrospect, because once again, there was just something going on, and we all kind of pulled apart. But going home and being able to be a father every night was really, really gratifying, and it just felt good, as I've gotten older, my priorities have completely changed, and for me, even though I love making music, music can come and go as far as I'm concerned, because I'm always going to be a dad, so you kind of have to pay a little more attention to that, because there are people who rely on you, and there are people who look up to you, and there are people who need you. So for me, I'm a little more focused on that sometimes than I am on the music, which, rightfully so.
Yeah. This is one that's been like weirdly debated by a lot of different people.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
It says you recorded 10 original songs with Velvet Revolver, but it's unlikely that the tracks, or some people call it like a demo, will ever be released.
I think it was 10. I think it was, it's either 9 or 10. There was a handful that we wrote, and then there was a handful that I kind of rearranged a little bit based on music that they already had. So it wasn't music that we kind of wrote together. there were like there was 3 songs that we wrote together, which were actually pretty sweet. And then the rest of it was me writing to music that they already had, that I thought was pretty cool. The world will probably never hear them, which is fine, because I would want another crack at kind of working on some of that stuff anyway, but that'll never happen. So it's all good.
You've said that the 2 newest members of Slipknot, they got a crack at designing their own masks and failed miserably, and the masks they now wear were designed by the band.
Yes, that is that. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And in all fairness, like I said before, with the latex and the makeup, it's not like I nailed it the first time. You kind of have to learn the Slipknot way. There's just a mindset that goes into it. Not everybody comes in just knowing how to get it. I think the only one who really did was Sid. When he joined, he just got it. But he's fucked up anyway. Yeah, and maybe it didn't look as cool on paper as they thought it was going to, but by that point it was like, okay, we're gonna show you a little bit. We're gonna guide you through and give you something to work with, and that was it, And then we told him, it's like, look, you can do whatever you want with this. You can kind of make it your own, but this is what you get right now, Like as you learn and as you kind of figure out the mindset, it'll kind of guide you towards, how we look at things and how we do things and how we see it, because it's all about looking outside the box, And what they had come up with was kind of cartoony. Like, it wasn't bad, but it was just really cartoony, And we try to stay away from that as much as possible, Be as artistic as you want, but you've always got to rub some rust on the skin before it'll fucking inflame, So that's the way you kind of have to do it.
This was a damn good episode.
Oh, good,
I gotta say, I think it was awesome.
So it went well?
Yeah.
Okay, uncomfortable
totally.
thumbs up.
Enjoy, kids. This has not been edited a bit. Thank you so much, Corey.
Very cool.
Totally appreciate it.
No worries, man.
This is the new book, You're Making Me Hate You. Pick it up now. It's available. Corey Taylor, everybody.